How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lo4f, and today I'm going to go and do a mission. I finally got a chance to do a bit of a road train. I'm going to go and do one called Supplies for Village. It's on the Crossroads map, and yeah, got to do a bit of logging on this one. So I've decided to take the Zikz 605R and then the new Tayga. Tony the Tayga. I can't remember the code name for it. Yeah, Supplies for Village. So I've got to take a load of stuff there. I've got to take 2 lots of medium logs and then 2 lots of packaged sand. So I'm going to come down the right hand side of the map. There's a logging trailer there, which I was assuming / hoping is a medium log trailer, and then grab the packaged sand from that corner along the bottom of the map, grab 2 lots of medium logs, and then up the left hand side of the map and drop it off. And yeah, like I say, for this one I need 2 lots of like sideboard or cargo space for the packaged sand, and then yeah, 2 lots of medium logs, which my initial plan was towing this Tayga behind me. That's got 1 medium log thing on it, and then I was going to stick the trailer on the Tayga as well. Which do you actually? I can't remember now because I've used mod trailers and stuff. Do we get small log trailers? Either way, anyway, it was a medium log trailer, so it worked out alright. But yeah, I wasn't sure at the time. I just thought, is the game gonna be a twat, and even though it wants me to get medium logs, it's going to give me a small log trailer, which is the kind of sadistic thing this game would consider doing. Yeah, setting off, going through the sunflower fields. Still enjoy running over them. The weather's looking pretty crap on this one this time. I was changing it back around to 1 in the afternoon, but pissing down with rain, making me feel at home. Though we've still not had any snow or anything yet. Quite disappointed. I was looking forward to a bit of snow. It's certainly been cold enough, I think, the last couple of days. Although it's a bit warmer now, but it still does look... well, I don't know. In the front of my house, it looks like it's a nice day. At the back of my house, it looks like it's about to piss it down with rain all day. Which, yeah, that's what my money would probably be on. And then for this mission as well, because I'm taking medium logs, I kind of figured I want some trucks that are, got a little bit more oomph to them. I didn't really want to be sort of clawing my way through the mud at kind of 1 mile an hour for the whole way through. So yeah, hence why I got the Zikz, which I knew would kind of have the pulling power torque-wise to drag this Tayga behind me, and then that's why I picked the Tayga. Really, it's, to be fair, it's, for the size of the truck, it's got pretty decent sized tyres. I believe they're 51-inch tyres, which is quite nice for that sort of size. That's what she said. And then yeah, just the overall proportions of the vehicle, and the fact that it was able to have a medium log carriage thing, because there's a fair amount of trucks that can't, to be honest. Even this Zikz, for example, this can only have the small add-on. Fortunately, when you go through the truck store, which is just the way, I don't even bother scrolling through my own garage anymore to find... I know I own these trucks somewhere, but since I've got a few hundred vehicles to scroll through, and then sometimes it turns out I've left them all on other maps. So yeah, I just go to the truck store and buy what I need. You can actually press triangle though when you're going through the truck store and see like what add-ons it can have and stuff, and yeah, so you can check quite easily if you can have the medium logs or not, which saves having to... Well, the other way, if you press square, you can kind of look at the vehicle without buying it and then scroll down to the add-ons and do it that way. But yeah, just being able to check with triangle makes it a lot easier. And then of course, got a pair of goddamn horses with me. It was mainly, I mean, I'm going to take one with at least the Zikz anyway, but I kind of figured I'd probably use quite a bit of fuel doing this mission, so that's why I stuck one, yeah, got them colour coded, stuck one on the Tayga as well. And then my plan was, when I get to the medium logging station, I was just going to take the red loaf off, transfer a bit of fuel over, and yeah, then it's like a loaf just out in the wild on the map, ready with some spares and repairs for me. I quite like travelling down this side of the map. Again, you can follow the road for the most part, but there's a few... I think here there's like... The road's kind of like a big S-bend on the map, so I just kind of plough straight across it and it works out pretty nicely, but there's some pretty juicy hills to climb over. Got to make sure you get the right angle, otherwise they'll tip you pretty easily. And to be honest, it was quite nice to use a pair of vehicles that are sort of still pretty beast mode on these sort of maps. Like I say, as I've been rotating through different vehicles, I've been using a few of the slightly weaker vehicles. which in its own right though has still been nice. I do like the fact that this map, this phase has got like plenty of missions that, yeah, just gives you a chance to sort of mix and match and try a few different things out. Really, even now, I've got plenty of contracts left to do. I've definitely been ticking a few off the list with the missions as well. I think on Harvest Corp, I've not got many on that. I've not been round and collected all the missions though, but either way, like by now, Phase 7 I think would have been sort of long gone and done and over by now. All the missions in the bag. And then yeah, up to about now, I was thinking, oh, I'll stick the trailer on the Tayga. But then when I was just getting here, I thought actually, probably best if I stick it on the Zikz instead, because as I'm towing the Tayga, it's just less mass to be towing with the Tayga, and then like I'll be winching from my Zikz trailer, which I don't know. I just kind of figured that might work a little bit better. Just because sometimes it can be awkward when you're towing stuff behind you if it picks a bit of an awkward line. Yeah, trailer discovered. Says something there at the right, like the ability to attach the trailer. I was like, you're fucking right, it is. I wasn't waiting for the game's permission. This trailer is mine. I'm yoinking it regardless. Of course, the winch tries to pick everything except the bloody vehicle. But yeah, I just think overall that probably distributes the weight and everything a little bit better as well. I'm only getting the package sand at the minute, but when I get the logs, the Zikz has, like I say, definitely got plenty of pulling power. And I don't know if I'd trust the Tayga as much if it had, like, that's going to have medium logs itself and the trailer. It might get a little bit on the floppy side, and yeah, it doesn't take a lot on this game, especially I'm going to be using for some of the way, not all of it, just to get out of this section really, driving along the railway. But yeah, that can sort of make you lean a little bit awkwardly. Just about squeeze my way through there. And then I think I get caught on the wall now, I'm sure I do. With the trailer. But then the Tayga kind of smashes into the back of it and bumps me out of the way. Apologies, a little tiny little glitch going on there. Definitely still some restriction going on these railways as well, because as I was driving along then, I think, oh, I was in auto, I think I went into high gear at one point, but it definitely started holding me back. There is something going on with these rail tracks. Like I say, they've probably just done it to, you know how it is, they just kind of maybe realise that it's a little bit of a simplistic way to travel, so they sort of find a way to dial it up. Yeah, there, where it slows down quite a lot there. There wasn't really anything different. I'm still going on a pretty flat piece of terrain, so I don't think the Zikz suddenly ran out of power. So you can see how tippy it gets there though, which at the minute I've not got the logs, but yeah. The main thing is I haven't got a log crane with me, so if I tipped, it'd be a bit of a pain in the arse. I'd have to kind of, well, either bring a log trailer, a log crane thing out, or yeah, drive back to the log station really. At least on this phase as well, I don't think there's anything that's limited cargo, which I kind of like. Got a little bit risky back in the day with the limited cargo. And touch wood, I never had it happen to me, but I'm sure it's possible to get bitten with some kind of glitch going on. I've had it rarely. I've had bits of cargo disappear, or like, yeah, I've tried to load something and it's just vanished. And especially in high gear, this Zikz still eats up the terrain pretty well. It was funny though, driving, doing that tractor review yesterday. Yeah, I think it just sort of highlights that there is. It's funny because this map, it doesn't necessarily feel like there's super mud going on or all the rest of it. There obviously is in places, as there normally is, but I don't know. There's kind of something about these maps that, whether it is the gear cap thing going on and all that, that feels a little bit extra restrictive, because when I was driving that tractor around, like particularly on the earlier phases or like the original game maps like Black River and all that sort of stuff, yeah, I was kind of more happy than disappointed with how that tractor handled it in the end. I thought it was going to be just a pain in the arse of a review to do, really. But overall, even when I was editing it, I was quite surprised, like how much time I had left for it. I kind of know roughly when I'm editing them that if time's getting on a bit, it's like getting on nearer 30 minutes by the time I've left Northport and all that, done like the snowy tests and all up in the mountain and that. And then yeah, nearer 20 minutes it's kind of going pretty quickly. And overall it went pretty well. I even had like a little bit of extra footage with the farming at the end and that, which I don't obviously normally have to do. Yeah, I've kind of got a feeling that there's something that sort of holds you back on this map a little bit more. But the Zikz, the top end vehicles in the game, kind of get around that, especially in high gear. It's still the best way to get the torque you paid for. Yeah, so one lot of logs on this, which, like I say, I think it'll just be better to haul it along with. And for some reason, normally it lets you pack the loaf in like the medium log carrier thing, but this time it didn't. But the loaf's such a goddamn professional. He kind of glitched his way into the actual log carrier, so he wasn't going anywhere. And then I just had to stick a winch to the tree behind me, yank him out of there, and we're good to go. At this point, though, I kind of realised, apologies, my phone, I'm sure it waits until I'm recording to just send me every notification going. Yeah, like I say, the original plan was to jump the loaf off now, and then transfer some fuel over. But then when I looked, this vehicle's not even really used a lot of fuel, and obviously I still could have transferred it over, but I was kind of curious in the end to, one, see how much fuel I've used in the Tayga when I get there, because I'm only towing it behind me, but I have got the engine turned on, so it's kind of assisting me a little bit, just so it's not all on the Zikz. And then yeah, cutting up the this left hand side of the map. And also I just kind of figured leaving the loaf there, he's got a full roof rack, he's got all his spares and repairs and everything, so if in the future when I'm floating around this area of the map, which I'm sure I will be at some point, I know there's a fan blade thing kind of probably a bit back further up the road I've just drove down, but yeah, there'll be that, so he's just a loaf stashed there for later. I'm about to go and buy some more. I think I've got 175 loaves now. Well, and I've only got 3 in my garage left. Oh, there is probably a couple more actually. I usually do recover OG loaf, just in case the game tries to bug out or something and tries to steal my trucks again. Can't risk it. Last time the loaf cloned himself and created a decoy. The game tried to take him from me, but it failed miserably, and he even gave me a free dam just for the inconvenience. So I got like a 130 grand truck, and that was back before you could glitch money as well. So, well, back before glitching money or modding money. And yeah, you can see the Tayga in the background. It's a little bit boaty. I put the custom muds on it. That was another good thing about it, to be fair, as well. The 51-inch tyres, but it has the custom muds which just sit nice and wide, so it does help with tipping a little bit. Like I say, as I'm going through the videos, the vehicles, yeah, I didn't want to bring a massive vehicle behind me, but there's a lot of vehicles in this game though that they do need to add more stuff to. The clubs would be a good one to add, like a sideboard and preferably loggers and stuff. There's a few more vehicles that need the option of cranes as well, even if not the big cranes, at least like the little crane. This is one actually, the Zikz. It'd be quite nice if this thing did. I was looking again, rarely paying attention to where I'm driving, so I was looking at my little road train situation. Nearly smashed into the barriers there. So it's not a full-on road train. I've not got like double trailers and all the rest of it, but still, it's pretty good. I like doing road trains. And with the Zikz, just the general speed it goes in high gear, and it's got big tyres and all the rest of it. The game slows you down a little bit when you're doing a road train, but it actually feels kind of pretty normal with this setup with the Zikz running in front. It's got enough torque and weight and all the rest of it to kind of tick along as it normally does. And yeah, right now, this, I'd say, was more my fault really. I could have drove round, but it is what it is. I seen a killable tree opportunity, and I went for it. And it went pretty well. I hit the first tree, but now it looks like I'm caught in the ditch, but it's actually the tree I killed. It's getting caught on my axles and everything, so it's making it a pain in the arse to try and reverse, drive forward, etc. Thankfully though, one good thing about a road train is stuck a winch to the Tayga behind me, and then when I reverse, the Tayga reverses, and you can see there, for example, that was like the last little bit of a boost I needed to get out of there. So yeah, again, they need to tone it down with the trees a little bit. And then yeah, just go wide. That's what she said. And then now, like oversteer and everything. It's the most awkward line through that yard. I could have just followed the normal road really. For some reason I just decided to sort of cut across here. Again, I quite enjoy just picking random ways to go through it. I don't want to stick to like just the roads all the time if I can help it. I mean, again, it's like here and there. I don't mind borrowing little stretches of the railway tracks and so on. Another goddamn professional. The old dolphin and Lo4f. That is a mighty fine combo. Again, I like the Zikz. It's got plenty of roof space. You can see though, just from this game's still got a little bit of a bug where you leave like a truck rolling when you're not actually on it. I think I was in the Tayga at one point, stuck a winch to the Zikz, and it drove me forward a bit. So you can see it's like it froze the Lo4f in place, so it sort of moved back on the roof. But again, he's got them professional, so he's still packed. He ain't going anywhere. I didn't see that the first time. That Tayga looked like it was about to tip them. Sometimes though, you're best to just keep it pinned, fingers crossed. It's a bit like riding a bike in that sense. If you try and ride a bike at like 0.1 mile an hour, it's a lot harder to balance and you're likely to tip over. If you're going at like, 10 mile an hour though, it's a lot easier to stay balanced on it. And it's sort of with this game sometimes, particularly like in this case that Tayga at the back, it'll want to tip, but if you just keep ploughing forward quick enough, it's sort of like, yeah, the winch just tugging against it and making it want to keep moving forward, it just kind of loses interest in trying to flop over. And even this little section now as well, again, I could have gone like a bit of a different way and I would have been on the road I'm about to pop out onto. The Zikz though, to be fair, even through that puddle there, it stayed in high gear, it even slowed down a little bit, but one thing I do like about it is it kind of realised it was about to stall, so it put a last bit of effort in, and yeah, even towing lots of logs and all the rest of it, it made it through. Again, apologies, a tiny little glitch going on there, but we're on the home straight now. Keep looking around, it's thumbnail opportunities. Plus, I just like the view. I'd rather stare at this than where I'm going. What I need is like a little tiny camera window in like the top left that just shows me where I'm driving, and I'll just spend my time staring at the vehicles I'm driving along, especially in a road train. Always looks good when you're in a road train. This corner's looking a little bit sketchy and tight, particularly considering I've got a, what's it called, step deck trailer on the other side. What is that? Oh, is that the P512? Funnily enough, I nearly used the P512 and the P12 to do this mission. I thought about them. And then yeah, over here on the right, there's another one in the bag. Which you don't unlock anything for this one. I didn't want to pick a massive mission tonight, I just wanted something a little bit more chilled just to enjoy the mission really. And I still quite like doing logging missions for some reason. I don't know why, because they can be a complete troll, but I kind of like, yeah, the look of them as you're driving along and all the rest of it. So drop the 2 package sand off, 1 lot of logs, drive this in for the last set. And you can see as well, the fuel only used about half, so yeah, it's pretty decent, both of them are, but because I nearly was going to use the Dolphin as one of the trucks, but I thought the fuel wise. But yeah, this thing's got a decent tank and it's kind of a bit of a long range vehicle. Money wise, pretty crap, but again, it was just one of those missions, it was nice to do, good excuse to do a bit of logging and take, yeah, the Zikz and the Tayga out. But anyway, that's about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, thanks to our Patreon members. Get yourself a loaf because he is still a goddamn beast, and I'll be back soon.